And lastly, you've married a hockey player. Matthew, I know you've married a hockey player. Troy?
I'm married, yes.
My wife did play. She played hockey. She's a Perth girl. Yeah, she played hockey. I say hit and giggle, but she no representative stuff. But she still has had an involvement in it and understands the game and goes to every match, and yeah, she loves it still.
So did that make it easier for you guys having someone who knows the game intimately, or was it the reverse? Were they your biggest critics?
I'd say it worked well because they understood when you had to train, when you had to be away, and they had good understanding. But normally it was when we were home, Lambie'd be in the same boat. When we were home, they were away. And then they'd come home and we'd go away. So the hardest thing was actually seeing each other and spending time together. So, but again, I think it made it easier. Yeah.
It helps if they do like the sport. It definitely does when you're training and playing that much. If they weren't interested in it, then I'd find it difficult myself because I talk about it and play it so much.
So Steve, there's no getting home and a lecture from your wife about what you should have done in a certain situation?
Oh, if anyone in the family wasn't told to, it'd probably be her, I guess. But no, it was pretty handy on the field, the same as Mel was. But no, I guess it was more, if hockey was spoken about, it was more in support of each other rather than about anything really on the pitch related.
An outlet.
Yeah, it was really more an outlet and just someone to discuss.
You could vent your frustration through, and that was always good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
They'd sort of listen, and then they'd brush you off, and then they knew what you were talking about, but
same problems, just different teams.
Yeah, that's it.
With different personalities, different individuals. But
And any future kookaburras coming through the ranks?
I hope so. Oh, we've got to keep our sport alive somehow. We've got to, produce a few more. I would encourage my kids to play the hockey every day of the week, and other kids as well. People who want to get involved in it. It's a great family sport, orientated by, and great people around it. And I can't see why you wouldn't want them to play it.
My final question, double barrel, it has a condition, you're not allowed to say each other's names. And it's, I guess, the ultimate boring question that every elite sportsman gets asked. Best player you've played with, best player you've played against? Or best player you've ever seen? Best player you've played with and best player you've ever seen?
I'll go. I think the best player I played with was Bevan George. Again, just the relationship we had, we played together for so many years. Again, like we'd said with Troy, I just knew where he was going to be, knew where I was going to be. Probably our only real cock-up was in the Olympic final when we won the gold medal, the first goal. I think I escorted the bloke into the circle, and Bevan watched him and escorted him into the goal as well, and we got mixed up and they scored.
You worked well as a team, though.
But we did. We number of years and really good mates, still keep in touch. And then probably the hardest player I played against and probably best player I played against would have been Teun de Nooijer from the Netherlands. He was just really difficult to match up on. I found it really hard every time we played. It was always a challenge. I always challenged myself to play against him. But there was numerous others. I think those two are the ones that stick out there.
So when you were playing against Holland, I said it was my last question, when you were playing against Holland, was that something you really cherished and really looked forward to, or something you feared?
Bit of both. Yeah, I think you really enjoyed the challenge of knowing that he was the impact player. He was the guy you had to shut down. You knew that he was going to be attacking, and you're going to cross paths at some stage during the game. I guess the fear was being made to look a fool by his skill and his speed.
I think I feared more India and Pakistan, that you never knew what you were going to get. You could get the best Pakistan or Indian team to walk out on a field ever and thrash you 10-0, or you could get the India that you see more often than not, or Pakistan now, that they wouldn't play to their potential. That was a fear for me. Playing Holland, you knew what you were going to get. Germany, you knew what you were going to get. It was going to be tough. So you had an expectation, but there wasn't. I think it was a respect.
Unpredictability.
Yeah, the unpredictability was a fear. You go in again in a final or in an Olympic Games, and you've got to play India in the middle match, and it's going to determine the rest of the outcome of the games. You could turn it, you know, and you don't know what you're going to get. For 3/4 of the game, you get nothing, and then they come around and they've got 10 minutes and they score, you know, 3 goals. And you're like, what the hell? You know, where's this all going to go? But yeah, I'd turn to Neuer, best player played against, because you just knew each time he went out there he was going to be a great performer. He's going to be the best on the ground, or close to the best. Best player played with, oh geez, tough. Does it have to be in the national team?
No.
I think Mark Hagar. Yeah, I had the chance to play with him in the club situation when I first went to Perth, and even though he wasn't in the national team at that stage, he'd only just left the game. Just a great player. Him and Corby were great to play against and play with. So for that, yeah. But at current state, Jamie Dwyer, great player. So all those guys.
Stephen?
I guess for me, probably a little bit different because I didn't really interact with the guys on a one-on-one basis. If I had to pick a best player I've played with, I'd probably have to pick 2 in Bevan and Wellesley, I guess.
Not allowed to say me, mate.
Oh no, I'm not meant to. It
hurts me.
It hurts me.
You can't help
it hurts me to say that, but I sort of have to. But no, I guess as a goalkeeper, I'm supported by these 2 guys, and I got a lot of help over the years from those 2, I guess, and not only on the field but off the field and what we're talking about and what we try and set up to achieve on the field. And I mean, the other guy that was, I can think about probably saying 5 or 6 goals behind me was Dean Butler. But so I think really hard as a goalkeeper to pick someone best that you've played with, but the group of those 3 guys that played in front of me, the line in front of me, were, certainly helped my career.
Lots of players have an impact on you.
What about the hardest one against, mate? Who hit the most goals?
Hardest one against?
Jeez, I might get a Guernsey here.
No,
as well.
you don't even get close on this one.
Who do you still have nightmares about?
Christopher Zeller, definitely. He's up there as far as a fear factor in the terms of his potential to be able to score a goal against, I guess, me personally. He's someone that he was very physically imposing, but he has also used his strength and he used his speed, that he could hit the ball, the speed he could move at. Still out and out best I ever played. Well, not so much against, but I've seen more so in my time be Jamie. I know it's been pretty well everyone within the group that I come through, but I mean, turn to Nora, I certainly support what those 2 said. I mean, he's scored some incredible goals against me himself, so. But Jamie's simply just, I don't know, just found him a class above everyone else, being able to turn a goalkeeper inside out on one-on-ones, and his goal shot's spectacular. So, yeah, Christopher Zeller definitely for the fear factor, but Jamie probably overall.
It's only because you couldn't say my name, though.
I was looking for someone to add you and Troy to that next line-up. So
I just took you nominate each other as a given, because you can tell just by seeing you sitting here that the admiration you have for each other.
I didn't get a mention either, so it's all right.
Oh, the best goalkeeper. You can name it.
Goalkeeper. Hang on.
Best goalkeeper.
Best goalkeeper.
Long walk home.
Nah, look. Certainly Lambie. In my mind, I still remember would have been pre-Commonwealth Games. Was it 2002? Went to Germany. You were on that trip. I'm pretty sure it was you in the net. Made a couple absolute cracker saves, and it was a time where we lost the World Cup to Germany in the final, lost 2-1, and so we paid them a little visit afterwards, and just 2 friendlies, and absolutely smacked them in both. And I guess the frustrating thing was, why could we do it then and not back in the World Cup? But I always remember Lambie, a couple of saves he made in the first game, just way out there.
And the streaker that you didn't see, that ran straight about 2 metres behind you.
Yeah. Probably lucky. Might have to tackle her like Andrew Simons did in the cricket.
I think Jamie tackled her.
Guys, fantastic to talk to us tonight. Congratulations on your career. for me personally, a bigger one is coming back and supporting Brisbane hockey and playing the game. It's great to see you guys doing that and giving that support to the young guys that they need. So, you know, thank you on behalf of the Brisbane community for doing that, and Wellesley, the work that you're doing with the Queensland hockey players, in particular since you come from Tasmania and took, I think, 9 state titles we took off them, Troy, was it?
Not often, probably only 2 or 3 off of them.
But fantastic that you guys are putting that back into the youth of hockey. Thanks for spending time on Hockey Zone. Matthew Wells, Troy Elder, Stephen Lambert.
Thank you.
Thank you.